not receiving really what God has for them. They're receiving from the Antichrist.
Yes, I would say that they don't know God at that point.
Yeah, at that point, they don't realize who he is. And that's why they keep seeking him. And when they start seeking him, they fall asleep. Because the Word of God says, once you taste and see that he's good, you don't go back. But you got to taste and see that he's good. Well, you're not tasting and seeing that he's good with your spirit, man. Because the Word of God says that the flesh wars against the spirit.
That's right.
The Spirit of God wars against the flesh. Wars against it, it says.
Yes. And that's not just your physical body.
No.
When you deal with the flesh, you're also dealing with the soul of man.
That's right.
That was born, according to Romans 8:20, that
Right.
God subjected to vanity. He subjected us all to the vanity of the flesh.
The enmity has been destroyed on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he says, it is through the blood of Christ that you are made free. And so we have to realize that there's this depth of Christ, and that depth of Christ, when it comes down to practicalities, all right, let's go get in the presence of God. Well, how do you do that? So your soul being deceived by the doctrines of men, and because it's being deceived by the doctrines of men, makes you think that you're doing something in the spirit,
Mm-hmm.
when you're really doing something in the flesh.
That's right. And that's called witchcraft.
That's called what?
Witchcraft.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And in Galatians chapter 5, that's what it says. Butch, 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 enough. Stop. Butch. He can't hear me. He's too far away.
Yeah.
That's my dog. Sorry about the interruption.
Oh, that's all right, man.
But yeah, so if God commissions you to come be with him, and you think that you're receiving through your spirit, then there's a part of God. I said to stop. No. Lay down. Down. Sorry, guys.
You're right.
My dogs are getting out of hand. So if I'm sitting there and I'm trying to fellowship with God, and God really, he lets me get in his presence, even though I'm deceived on how I'm getting there, and he lets me fellowship with him, even though I'm deceived how I'm fellowshipping with him. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So what happens is it makes it very difficult. It makes it extremely difficult to be able and fellowship with God when you think, oh, kind of like this, you have to pick up the president in a limo. And so you go outside and you click the button and there's a Chevette. And now some of you who are young don't know what a Chevette is, but a Chevette's a very, very small car. And they used to have them back in the 80s. And so, you know, there's a difference between a Chevette that holds barely 3 people versus getting in yourself in a limo and taking him in class, right? Well, that's kind of what it's like. You're showing up in this Chevette that ain't worth 2 cents, and you're trying to fellowship with God. Well, God says that if you're on the wrong ground, then you're going to lose it. Everything I tell you. Well, if you're sitting there thinking you're fellowshipping with God through your spirit, then you're completely missing the boat.
That's right. You brought
Hey, thank you for visiting us at the Oracles of Zion, where we fellowship with the Father and His Son, Jesus Christ, engaging in spiritual dialogue with an apostolic and prophetic edge. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to receive all of our new and upcoming videos.